the moment that you did the TikTok duet with Jake singing Golden Hour, what was your approach to just making that so good?
Oh, thank you so much. First off, thank you. I appreciate it. That was so fun to create. I heard the open verse and I was like, yeah, this is my type of vibe. I want to create. I want to write something on this verse and kind of similar to days like this. Heard the top line of the. I was just doing it like in while I was getting ready. I was listening to it and I just have it on my voice memo. I was just like the top line. I wanted it to have elements of his song in it. So I listened to the full song. I wanted it to feel like it was meant to be there. Like the verse wasn't just like a weird, like sore thumb. Like it's meant to be in the song. So I took elements, melody elements from his first verse, um, his syncopation and the same notes that he used, but then adding my own kind of melodic differences or like my little flair. And I even a
Mm.
lyric I use purposefully because it was he has a lyric on his first verse where he talks about listening to Blonde in the car. So then I wrote listening to Frank by the ocean to have this
Yeah.
kind of like if you know you know if you know the real
That
song like
that Frank Ocean sort of connect,
yeah I was like oh
right?
Frank by the ocean and
Yeah.
then he also talked about listening to Blonde which is Frank's album. So I was like this
Yeah.
is there's like a thread, it makes sense because I love continuity. So I did that purposefully, and then just taking his melody and adding some different lyrics that were more fitting from like the perspective of the golden hour girl. So it was so fun in creating
Yeah.
that and yeah, then releasing
It's
it.
so fascinating because you've been able to hit these viral moments over and over again in your career. What is the aftermath that you've experienced in terms of going viral? Like, what happens after that?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's such a cool thing when you go viral. It's like so just sick. I don't know. It's like so you can't really describe it. It's so strange but cool because I'm like, wow, like it's hard to wrap your brain around like, oh my God, 11 million people viewed this. Like, what? That's so crazy. It's like I try to like Google like how many people fit in like Madison Square Garden, and then I try to like think about that amount of people. I'm like, whoa, that's cool. But what happens after actually recently, Jake hit me up and was like, hey, would love to like create some content together in person and like film some stuff. And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And he lives in
Yeah.
Rhode Island and I live in Connecticut. I'm from Connecticut. I don't live there currently, but my family's from there. And I was like, that's great. 2 hour drive. Let's go. So I visited my family like 2 weeks ago and saw my family and then drove up to Rhode Island and filmed some stuff. Actually, at University, we filmed at Brown University and like just filmed some in person content of me like singing my golden hour verse, me singing my space verse for another one of his songs. I just need space. Uh, he's such a nice, genuine dude, and like it was just so cool to like collab in person. And
Yeah.
um, I hope, fingers crossed, that we could put out like an official remix of either or create something together. Because people just, they constantly are like commenting and DMing me, like, when are you putting out the Golden Hour remix? I'm like, it's not up to me, it's up to Jake. I
Yeah.
was like, keep blowing it up, y'all. Let's go. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm excited. I'm going to post that content this week. So
So it's up to Jake in his company, or just up to
I think
Jake?
mostly up to Jake because he's not signed, which I think is so dope. We're both indie artists, so we have so much power, which is like so fire. But he said, if it goes viral again, he might put it out. So I'm like, I think it's time to put out the remix. I feel like that would be so cool. Someone like put a remix together on YouTube of like the full version of his song and like put my verse there. And it has like so many views. I'm like, people want the full version. That's so cool. so so yeah, I think that would be dope.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll definitely keep a lookout for that.